All righty, here we go. Let's see. Oops. I'll make that a little bit easier for folks to find. All right, greetings to everybody who's joining me live. You put in the chat box where you're joining from. Sabat in Dallas, India. All right, excellent. Some folks from Mitesh and Indu's Platinum Group, who I've been doing a series with. Um, I know when I do these live events at 1 p.m. Pacific, which is 2:30 in the morning in India. But now it's Saturday morning, so that's why as I'm doing these uh, counting down the days to Christmas with these live tapping sessions, I wanted to do some at different times to make it available to folks from around the world to at least get in one call live because when we're doing this live, folks from around the world, see Ontario, New Jersey, Vancouver Island, Vermont, I it's just so awesome to be able to have that energy of people from around the world tapping all at the same time, and that's what I'm really hoping for on New Year's Day because it'll be 1 p.m. Pacific. I know that's not a great time for everybody, but that'll be on New Year's Day when most people won't be at work. So, hoping to get so many people tapping at that same time that we break the internet. Um, so, if you have not already registered for that, I hope that you will do so. I'm going to put that in the chat box. That's a free event on New Year's Day, and it's I'll talk about it more in a moment. But let's go ahead and get started here. So, as always, let's go ahead and start by closing our eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. And now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed, breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Just allowing yourself to, feel your feet on the floor or whatever part of you is connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible, so as to receive maximum benefit from this hour. And just following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. We don't check in with ourselves as often as we could. So taking this moment to check in with yourself, following your breath through your body and just noticing what you feel physically and what you feel emotionally. And I've been playing with this theme of counting down the tapping days till Christmas and making the holidays more merry and bright. You know, may your Yuletide be merry and bright. So checking in with yourself, and on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being as merry as possible, holly jolly, and all of that. It's the joy of the season that can sometimes be difficult to experience because of the stress of the season. So just check in with where you're at right now in terms of joy and merriment. And please do not judge yourself if the number is low. It's not that you should be merry. It's not that you should be jolly and joyful. So there's no fault here. There's no wrongdoing, and there's no expectation. Just coming from the assumption that, all things being equal, we would prefer to be more on the happy side than something else. So just checking in at where you're at. Scale of 0 to 10, 10 being as merry as possible, just full of the Christmas spirit or Hanukkah spirit or whatever. This isn't based on any particular religion. This is, just using the season. But whatever, whatever that means for you, the joy of the winter solstice coming up, just feeling connection to source, however you identify source, God, universe, creator, nature, whatever that is for you, that connection with that, allowing yourself to be aware of that. And to the extent that it might not be at a 10, notice how your body feels as you ask yourself, why not? Again, not that it should be, but just getting curious about, okay, if I'm not feeling that merry, that joyful, that connected, why not? Notice what you feel physically, notice what you feel emotionally, notice any thoughts, beliefs, or memories that come up as to why you couldn't or shouldn't be at a 10 right now. Why would that be wrong? Why would that be dangerous? Why would it be inappropriate? Just notice as I always say, the extent to which we don't have what we say we want tends to be the extent to which we are resisting it. So if we're going to say, well, I want to be joyful, I want to be peaceful, I want to be happy, and to the extent that I'm not there, what if that is some resistance? And why might I be resisting it? Because, well, I shouldn't be happy because of this, or I can't be happy because of this thing going on. Whatever that might be, just allowing yourself to be aware of that. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes, and let's start in with some tapping. If if somehow you stumbled upon this YouTube live and you have no idea what I'm doing with tapping, check the information in the description box below. Uh, but maybe just follow along for right now, taking full responsibility for your own well-being. So this is basically a stress relief technique, helps us process thoughts and feelings. All right. Even though I might not be as merry as I'd like, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might not be as joyful as I'd like, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might not be as happy as I'd like, I might not be feeling very festive. And if you knew what's going on in my life, you'd understand. And even though I might not be as joyful as I'd like, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved in this, because I choose to feel that free. All this stuff that limits my joy. All this stuff that limits my merriment. All this stuff that limits my happiness. All the fear that I might be feeling. All the upset I might be feeling about all kinds of different things. It may be things from my past, pain that I'm carrying from my childhood. And because these things happened, I don't believe I can be happy now. And maybe it's things in my future. I may have some challenging things coming up. And part of me says, how can I feel happy right now when these difficulties are coming up? When there's the potential for pain, even though it might not turn out to be painful at all. I better suffer now just in case. And part of me might say, I need to be worried in order to motivate me to be prepared. If I was all happy and joyful right now, I'm afraid I wouldn't do what I need to do to prepare. And I choose to question that. Why would merriment stop me from getting prepared? Why would happiness stop me from doing what I need to do? There are people happily decorating their homes. They don't say, I feel too good, I'm not going to bother. Where did I get the idea that if I allow myself to feel really good, I'll just be a couch potato? I can still do what I need to do. I'll just enjoy it a whole lot more. And I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that say I need to hold on to pain from the past, whether it happened recently or in my distant past. Part of me is afraid to let go of that pain. I'm afraid I'll let my guard down. I believe I need this pain to motivate me. And I choose to question that. All this need to feel upset, all this need to feel pain, all this need to feel fear. And part of me insists that I have to feel this. Part of me might say that I'd like to be happy, but I choose to be open to the possibility that part of me is refusing to be happy. Not just because I'm a humbug, but because I have some old programming telling me that I shouldn't be happy, that it would be wrong to be happy, that it would be unsafe to be happy, that it would be foolish to be happier. And if I have that belief, then I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that are limiting my happiness in order to protect me. And I'm allowing myself to question that. Why don't I think I can take care of myself when I'm happy? And the truth is, the more peace I feel, the more clearly I can think, the better the choices that I can make, the better I can do on my math exam, or whatever challenges might be ahead of me. The more I allow myself to feel peace and joy, the more easily I can tolerate my difficult relatives, the more easily I can tolerate people in stores. I'm giving myself this gift of joy. I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that have been refusing to be any merrier for whatever reason. Maybe it's recent difficult things, things that I believe I should feel pain about. And I have a right to feel that way. I am not required to be merry. And sometimes it feels like I am. There is so much pressure to be festive that it takes away from my happiness. And part of me might even say, I'm going to limit my happiness just as an act of rebellion. Hallmark doesn't get to decide how I feel. And I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that say it's better to protect my ego than to be happy. And I'm processing all of this. I'm honoring whatever feelings I have. I'm just allowing myself to be open to the possibility that it doesn't have to feel that bad. Allowing myself to be open to the possibility that it would be okay to feel good, really good, even with challenges coming up, even if I've gone through a breakup, whatever might be going on. Limiting my happiness isn't going to solve those things. Expanding my joy might solve a lot of those things. And even if it doesn't solve these things, and I have to take whatever journey I'm taking, at least I'll enjoy the journey a little more. And I choose to give that to myself as an act of love for myself. And I'm worthy and deserving of that. Giving myself permission to feel even more joyful in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside, and rate your merriment, your joyfulness on a scale of 0 to 10 again, and just see if that number has come up. And even if it hasn't come up, just notice what might have changed or what you might be more aware of. Looking at the possibility that, oh, you know what? I could still handle these things and allow myself to feel better, and I'll still get done what I need to get done. How do I give myself grace while still taking responsibility for my actions? Why would those be mutually exclusive? Why why not I'm taking responsibility and I'm giving myself grace. And again, and go ahead and for those who have not been on a live event with me before, I pretty much always keep tapping the collarbone point throughout just because it's like, hey, I'm doing tapping for this hour. I might as well use this whole hour to be clearing things out. There's no harm. It's not like we're going to clear too much. So um, we can take responsibility for our actions without shaming ourselves. If our actions are not perfect, if we haven't done all the preparation we should have done, if we haven't taken all the actions we believe we should have, give yourself the grace and go, oh, okay, something was stopping me. It's always, that's what it's always about for me, is always looking at what is stopping me? What is the resistance? Not shaming. It's not, it's not that we're bad or stupid or weak or lazy. Had this come up the other day in Mitesh and Indu's group about laziness. I do not believe in lazy. Lazy just means that as we're running the cost benefit analysis of any action, the pros are not outweighing the cons. You know, we're as we're looking at it with all of our experiences and beliefs and fears and doubts and knowledge and whatever, we're weighing the odds or we're weighing the pros and cons and saying, yeah, it's not worth it. But then we just write it off as lazy. It's not lazy. It's what is that resistance? This is this is something that's going to be really big in my New Year's event. I'm going to put that link in the chat again. Please, actually, just for a moment, if you'll indulge me, it's a free event. It's not, but I'm not selling anything here. I want to break the internet on New Year's Day with getting people around the world tapping because I know that there's so much stress. People are under chronic stress, especially because everyone's walking around with one of these that's constantly saying, "Here's something else to be upset about." And from a place of stress, we do not make the best choices. And so we want to, the more we get people tapping, the more clear-headed people will be, the more loving and clear their choices will be. So please help me with that. Another way you can help me is if you have not already subscribed to my channel below the video right here, please click subscribe. The more subscribers I have, the more YouTube promotes the videos and puts tapping out there. You know, it's all well and good that funny cat videos get spread around, but this is useful as well. So anything you can do to support spreading tapping, I greatly appreciate that. So yeah, just right now, please subscribe and and please join me on New Year's Day. The link is there. It's a free registration. There's gonna be a prize giveaway. So, but I'm really excited about this presentation. It's going to be a live, similar to this, but I'm going to be introducing a new theme for 2026 that I'm pretty excited about. I was creating a new graphic for it today, and but I'm not going to spoil it now because I'm saving it for New Year's Day. Um, so please register for that. Even if you can't join me live, then you'll at least get the replay, and it's going to be powerful. But we want this to be powerful as well too. So check out that, and the links are in the description box down below. If you're watching the replay and you don't see the chat box in the description box down below, you'll see the link to the New Year's Magnificent New Year. And then the free 5-day programs, Tap into Your Best Self and Success Beyond Belief. Because as we're counting down today, it's 20 more tapping days till Christmas. And those 5-day programs will give you a lot of great tapping material uh, in between the lives. So we'll be here again next Friday at 1 o'clock again, and then on Friday the 19th at 7 a.m. Pacific. So, all right, more tapping. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let it go. And just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed again. Just allow yourself to again rate yourself on that scale of 0 to 10. 10 being merry, happy, joyful, whatever word you like to use, festive. Again, not that you should feel that. It's not a matter of judging you or shaming yourself if you're not at a 10. Just looking at, okay, what might stop me? In terms of giving yourself grace, on a scale of 0 to 10, how much grace can you give yourself? And that goes along with, if I can give myself grace, I can give myself joy, and vice versa. Why can't I allow myself whatever joyful or positive feeling, could be gratitude or peace or love, whatever feeling that you would most love to feel, rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10 as to where you are, and notice where you are. And rather than judging, just get curious. What's in between? You know, if you're only at a 7, what's that 3? If you're only at a 2, what's that 8? I can't allow myself to be at a 10 because dot, dot, dot. Just notice what you feel in your body, what thoughts, beliefs, and memories come up. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. Let's keep peeling that stuff away. You know, clear as much as we can in these days leading up to Christmas, and then we're really gonna clear some stuff on New Year's Day. Even though I might have a lot of resistance, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might have a lot of resistance, I choose to love and honor myself. even though I might have a lot of resistance. It might be resistance to feeling happier. It might be resistance to feeling peace. It might be resistance to conditions that would make me happier. Maybe I'm resisting money. Maybe I'm resisting better health. Maybe I'm resisting healthier relationships. And it's not that I'm bad or stupid. It is not that I am weak or lazy. All of this resistance comes from old programming about what I've learned is appropriate or safe. So part of me believes that I need this resistance. And even though I might have a lot of resistance, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, and maybe anyone else who might be involved, because I choose to feel that free. All of this resistance, all of this resistance in my body, all of this resistance in my mind, all of this belief that I need this resistance. I need to stop myself from feeling better because I have old misunderstandings that tell me bad things would happen if I felt better. I need to feel bad about mistakes I've made in the past. If I'm really hard on myself, that'll make me be a better person. As though limiting my happiness makes me a better person. And I choose to really take a good look at that. I choose to be open to the possibility that the more peaceful and joyful and loving I feel, the better the person I'll be. Any harm that I've done in the past, I did from a place of pain. So pain is the problem, not the solution. But there are lots of people confused about that. Maybe that's where I got the misinformation. If I want to be more loving towards others, the best thing to do is clear everything that isn't love, including self-loathing and shame and guilt. Let's actually tap a little bit longer on each of these points. So tapping the eyebrow points. I choose to release all of the sadness and trauma in all of the roots and the deepest cause of all of this resistance to feeling more joyful. Side of the eye. I'm now releasing all of the anger and resentment in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to what I want. Under the eye. I'm now releasing all of the fears and doubts in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to what I want. Under the nose. I'm now releasing all of the embarrassment and humiliation in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to feeling happier. Under the mouth. I'm now releasing all of the shame and guilt in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to feeling more joyful. Collarbone. I'm now releasing any remaining fears in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to feeling more joyful. Under the arm, I'm now releasing all of the low self-esteem in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to what I want. Clearing out all this resistance. All these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't be more joyful. All of these old misunderstandings. And all this need to treat other people better than I treat myself. I have all this programming that says that that is noble. So why do the airlines tell us to put the oxygen mask on our own face first? Because we need to take care of ourselves if we want to help others. And if I just give to others at my own expense, it may just be performative. I may be doing it out of guilt. And it could lead to resentment. Yeah, here's a nice thing for you, jerk. Even if I insist that that's not how I feel. I'm open to the possibility that I don't need to treat others better than I treat myself. I choose to be open to the possibility that if I treated myself much better, I'd actually expand my ability to treat others better. And even if I wasn't treating them as well as I treat myself, I'd be treating them better than I did before. The more I give to myself, the more I have to share with others. So if I'd like to spread peace and joy this holiday season, I better allow myself to have it in abundance. Otherwise, I'm emotionally bouncing checks. I can't write a check from a depleted account. I need to make sure that my well is filled. I'm filling up my well right now. Or rather, I'm getting rid of the things that deplete it. Because I am connected to Source. I am connected to infinite love. I am connected to infinite joy and peace. So it's not that I actually have to fill my well. Peace, joy, and love is the core of who I am. Nothing needs to be added. All I have to do is release the limits. As the poet Rumi said, your job is not to seek for love. Your job is to find all your internal blocks to it. And then tap those away. Or at least that's what he might have said. Clearing this resistance to joy. Clearing this resistance to peace. Clearing this resistance to love. And part of me might say, I need to limit my joy for others. They might be pissed off if I'm more joyful. They might be resentful. They might think I'm crazy. How can you be joyful with all the stuff going on? But as Dr. King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So if I want to see positive changes in the world, I need to listen to that quote from Gandhi. Just full of quotes today. And be the change I wish to see in the world. I choose to see more joy and love in the world. Let there be peace on earth. And let it begin with me. So I'm giving myself permission to release any resistance to peace, allowing myself to be filled with love and joy and peace in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Go inside, rate yourself again on a scale of 0 to 10 in terms of 10 again being joyful, merry and bright. Don't judge yourself if the number still isn't up high. Just allow yourself to be aware of what's still there. Thank you. Um, right. Let's go ahead and open your eyes. How do I turn on my sense of internal validation? So going back to the phrase that I always use, the extent to which we don't have what we say we want tends to the extent to which we're resisting it. If I want to have internal validation, the extent to which I don't have that is baby beauty. It's yawning. Yawning happens a lot with tapping. Um, the what so if I'm not feeling that internal validation, I'm resisting it. Most likely because of old beliefs and old programming about validation has to come from outside. You know, I so appreciate all the comments. When people say, "Oh, that's really great." I'm I've done so much tapping that I'm able to say, "Wow, you know what? What I do is really awesome." Not from an ego place of it's more awesome than what other people do. It's not a comparison thing or I'm better than anyone else. It's just a recognition of I really like what I do. And it's not going to be right for everyone. And some people might maybe someone who just has just gotten on this and said, No, it's not awesome." Because it's not going to be awesome for everyone. But I just feel it inside of me. It's like I really love this work. I really love how this comes through me and how it can touch people, knowing full well that it's not going to touch everybody. It's not going to be right for everyone. So I can't. So if I base my validation on is what I do good, some person is going to say, "Oh yes, gosh, Brad, what you do is amazing." Someone else is going to go, "It's ridiculous. What you do is stupid." So how do I know whether to feel good or not if it's based on outside validation? Because there's 8 billion people out there with 8 billion different opinions. So our validation can't come from the outside world because otherwise we're going to be like this all the time. And depending on the groups that we choose, it might always be down like here. If we hang out with upset people and people who are also afraid to feel good about themselves, then everyone's going to be feeling miserable. And so in that place, no one's going to be able to give that validation. So it's allowing yourself to clear that stuff that says, I shouldn't feel good about what I do. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Stop looking for permission. Clear that away. And I have tons of videos on that, on internal validation and giving yourself permission. So let's do one quick. We're still going to close out with a guided imagery because that's how I roll. I always like to end with a guided imagery when we do these things. But first, we're going to do one more quick, just positive round. And I'm going to, just because it's coming up right now, I'm going to use the word awesome. But you can say merry and bright. You can say festive. You can say joyful, happy, loving, whatever. You use whatever word you want to use. Um, and I should say magnificent because that's the word that I use for so many things. But and that may come up. We'll see. I choose to feel awesome right now, and I choose to love and accept myself. I choose to feel awesome right now, and I choose to love and honor myself. I choose to feel awesome right now. And part of me might say that's not possible. But I'll bet I could feel more awesome, even if just a little tiny bit. And to whatever extent possible, I choose to feel awesome right now. And I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe everybody else, because my most awesome self can do that. I choose to feel awesome right now, at least more awesome than I did before. And maybe part of me says that's not possible. I have a whole list of reasons why I can't feel awesome. And them's the rules. Under these circumstances, I can't allow myself to feel awesome. There is criteria that needs to be met. Before I can allow myself to feel awesome. And it's all BS. I get to choose how I feel. It's not circumstances that determine our emotions. It's our thoughts about those circumstances. And I can change my mind. I can decide that even though these things are happening, I can still allow myself to feel more awesome. And then I'm afraid that if I felt awesome, I won't be bothered to try to make things better. Says who? What if I could feel really awesome? And that energy energizes me to do even more, to make my life better and to make the world a better place. Who told me that feeling awesome would make me settle? Should be tapping right now instead of typing. Not to shame you, just take advantage of all this tapping right now. For whatever questions are coming up, allow them to come up inside, notice what you feel, and tap that stuff out. All these thoughts that come up that limit my awesome feelings, all these reasons I tell myself why I can't feel more awesome. And I'm just processing all of that. I'm releasing whatever I can. Just like Michelangelo's statues. The awesomeness is already there inside. I'm just tapping away what no longer belongs. And part of me might say, but what if I'm not feeling more awesome yet? That must mean I'm doing it wrong. And that gives me even more reason to not feel awesome. I can't feel more awesome because I'm not feeling as awesome as I should. That's just a belief. And I'm letting it go. I don't need to should on myself, telling myself that I should be at a certain number. If I'm not at a 10 already, then I'm not awesome. That's nonsense. Part of me already knows that I'm awesome. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here tapping right now. I came here knowing that there was stuff to clear. And whether I was consciously aware of it or not, it's because I know that that awesomeness is already in there. And I'm clearing everything that gets in the way. Clearing everything that gets in the way. All of these fears and doubts. All of these old misunderstandings. I have a lot of reasons for not feeling awesome, but there's no good reason not to feel awesome. So I'm letting go of these reasons and allowing myself to feel much more awesome. Because then I can share that. I can help other people find their awesomeness. And just imagine everyone walking around being awesome. Because it's a lot easier to be awesome when we feel awesome. It's hard to be kind when I feel like crap. So I'm letting go of my need to feel like crap. Feeling the joy so I can spread that joy. Feeling the peace so I can spread that peace. Allowing myself to feel more and more awesome in body, mind, and spirit. And take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside. And we're at the top of the hour, so just go ahead and keep your eyes closed. If you have someplace you need to be at the top of the hour, then feel free to jump off the line now. Before you do, be sure to hit subscribe, please, please, and thank you. Please help me and share these videos as much as possible. Please help me spread tapping because then we get more people feeling better and doing better and living better, and that improves it for everybody. So you sharing this work is a good thing for you. um, and please do, if you have to leave, please do come back. Well, come back for the events these next 2 Fridays, but also be there. Please click the link now in the chat box or in the link below in the description box down below this video to register for my New Year's event. Um, because it's going to be awesome and it's free. So, thank you for being here. And if you can hang out for a few more minutes for a guided imagery, then go ahead and close your eyes. Get comfortable. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. And now just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body, so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down, crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are. This unique expression of divine light and love that you truly are. Allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face. Flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. That healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing. And allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards: 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Remembering that each and every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission, and only with your permission, you allow yourself to return to this depth or even deeper, 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 quickly, soundly, deeply, and the physical body relaxes. And with that relaxation comes a wonderful sense of calm well-being of body and mind. Deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some really beautiful place. Some place where you allow yourself to be present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. And you may choose to see it all decked out with holiday lights if you like that. That makes it more merry and bright for you. And you may be in a place that, oh, it needs no adornment. It's already so perfectly beautiful in its natural state. Just allowing yourself to imagine something that you find really beautiful. Allowing yourself to experience that, taking that in, allowing yourself to know that it is here for you as much as anyone else. You are worthy and deserving of this beauty, this magnificence, this abundance. Not only are you worthy and deserving of it, you are part of it. Allow that thought to be joyful. Allow yourself to feel really good about the acknowledgement that you are part of this beautiful creation. Allow yourself to feel that appreciation for yourself. Recognizing in the past, there may have been things that stopped that, that may have caused you to show up in a less than beautiful way, in a less than joyful way, in a less than loving way. You are still pure light and love and joy underneath, but there may have been other things covering that up. You are the light. You are what makes this world merry and bright. And just allowing yourself to be compassionate with those parts of you that may have covered that light up or allowed other people to cover that up. And part of you said, I guess I need to hang on to this stuff that limits my light. Recognize that in the past you may have made mistakes based on being in pain because of some misinformation that blocked your light. And allowing yourself to now, with each breath you take in, drawing in that light, allowing it to fill your body, filling every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body until it just radiates out through your pores and you just radiate light out everywhere. And sending that out to others, helping them become more bright, and just melting away all of the old reasons for not allowing yourself to feel peace and joy and love. For anything that comes up about why you couldn't or shouldn't feel more joyful, allowing yourself to look at that and say, is that true? A lack of joy doesn't create solutions, but joy and peace put us in a much better frame of mind to find better solutions. And sometimes we face situations where we might not be able to do something about it, but at least we can allow ourselves to enjoy that time, at least somewhat more. And why not? With each breath you take in, allowing yourself to be even more filled with light, more joy, more love, more gratitude, more peace. Not because you should, but because you're worthy and deserving of it. And it benefits others. The more good feelings you have, the more joy and peace you're feeling, the more you have to spread to others. So it's a win-win situation. Nobody really benefits from your suffering. Some people may be confused enough to think that they are, but don't support their confusion. Feel love so that you can send them love. Even if you need to send it from a very safe distance, just allowing yourself to feel more love and peace and joy as we go even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before. Allowing yourself to feel more merry, more awesome, and allowing yourself to feel good as possible, even if it's not quite as good as you think it should be. Don't let an expectation that you should be happier limit your happiness. The more joy and love you feel, the more you spread that to others. So please and thank you. Now, tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream, continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day again, powerfully moving forward into an ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. And now go back down to 0, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all of these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well-being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. And welcome back. Alrighty, how we doing? Thank you guys so much for joining me. Um, Real quick, LBD, it's not bad that you have to talk to a counselor. There's no suggestion that tapping is the be all end all and it's all you should be doing. I think of tapping as a complementary therapy that goes along with so many other things. So absolutely. And you tap something out and it comes back. I did a video recently about leaves where I was showing where I was raking up leaves. And once we cleared those leaves, they're gone, but more leaves might show up. So, um, and even if something similar seems to come back, hey, better to have it clear. It's like, you wouldn't say, well, what if I take a shower and I get dirty again? You wouldn't say, well, that's a problem. It's like, no, life happens. So we clean up again. We keep tapping. All right, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you'll join me on next Friday. Again, next Friday. Oops. Okay, there's the link to, if you haven't already registered for New Year's, do that. But also uh, tapwithbrad.com/live. Just put that in there. That's the link to, you can find out where the next two is. So next Friday, but next Friday is going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific. And then the following Friday, I think it's 7 a.m. Pacific. Um, because my kids will be here and we're going to go spend the day doing fun things because I haven't seen them in a while. So, so we're going to do that one in the morning. And yeah. All right. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys. Uh, there's no live tapping tomorrow. Um, Next Friday, the live tapping is 1 p.m. Pacific. And then the following is 7 a.m., I believe. But go to tapwithbrad.com/live and you'll see the times there. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night or day, depending on where you might be. And tap